Hello and welcome back to Drivers Keepers.
You find us here today in Guildford, where we embark on a series of videos looking at your cars and trying to find out why some petrol heads are really passionate about their vehicles. Today we're with good friend of the channel, Chris, and his beautiful Noble M12.
So Chris, why Noble?
Why Noble? I'd always liked, driver focused type cars, stuff that's not got all the drive raids and whatever. I actually had a Lotus Elan previously.
Ah,
and I was scouring the internet like we do, Auto Trade, all that sort of stuff, thinking, oh, what can I get? And I was looking at Lotus Esprits, Lotus Exiges and stuff. I never really thought of Noble. I knew it was there, but it's sort of fallen off the radar. And then I was just searching piston heads, and then I saw Noble. I thought I'll have a quick look. And then this car that we see here came up, and I thought, wow, that looks nice.
And did you know much about them before?
I know a bit about them. Yeah, I saw a road test on Fifth Gear with Tiff Nadell, where he raved about the car, and then saw the Top Gear one where Clarkson said it was like having Darth Vader in the back with the engine and stuff and whatever.
That's it. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, that's a while ago now.
Yeah, that's like 2001, isn't it? So,
yeah.
And then I saw this car and went and had a look, and as soon as I saw it, I thought, I'm going to have that car. You know what it's like? You think, I like it. And I had a test drive, and with all the noises in the back with the turbos whistling. And
just remind us about the engine. So it's a Ford engine.
Ford engine. It's a 2.5 Ford Duratec V6.
Right.
It's the same engine they put in the ST24 Mondeo.
Great.
The Cougar and the Probe. The engine was taken to a place called John Noble Motorsport in Derby. I think they upgraded like the pistons and all that sort of stuff and whatever. Stuck a couple of Guarantee 25 turbos on it. And then away you go, 310 horsepower out of the box.
And given it's pretty light, it's gonna have a fairly rapid pace about it, isn't it?
Yeah, it's quick. Don't get me wrong. In modern day, you'd have some hyper hatchbacks that would probably have the legs on it, to be fair. But actually, power to weight ratio, it's 908 kilograms, 310 horsepower. It's like an Elise on steroids, really. And it's great. I still enjoy it 17 years later.
And this is the thing, because you were doing this series of videos just about people like you and I, and Simon, that's got cars, and we're just not interested in selling them because they become part of you. They become sentimental, don't they?
Yeah. People,
and as you said earlier, you probably wouldn't sell it, would you?
No.
Nah.
Yeah, because I get people say to me, oh, do you fancy a change or whatever? But I look around and there's honestly nothing that I think I'd get out of Noble into that's going to give me any more. Exactly. That you can use on the road.
You've hit the nail on the head there. You've hit the nail on the head. It's it's such a great car. They were made in South Africa.
South Africa they made them. So basically the clams and everything was made in South Africa, and the chassis and everything. Then they were shipped over here, and then all the drivetrain was put in over here and whatever. So I suppose you can't say it's 100% British, but it's as good as, really.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the only experience I've had of the Noble was probably 15 years ago when I was running a supercar driving experience company. We had an instructor who owned one, and he used to bring it down and do hot laps, and it was really popular. In fact, we used to have a queue of people wanting to pay. I think he used to charge 30 quid a lap or something, and it really went down well. So I know they are a good track car, aren't they?
I mean,
but you haven't used it on the track much.
I've done a couple of track days. I've done Donington. I've done Bedford a couple of times.
Yeah.
You know, it's safe there.
Yeah, of course
so
it
much
is.
runoff and whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, that's the only place you can really fully stretch the legs of it.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's good fun and whatever.
Yeah.
I went with another guy who's got a Noble, and it was good to sort of go with somebody else who's like mine and the rest of it. But generally, it's just road use, you know, the car has and whatever. So if I need an excuse to go and get a pint of milk, the car goes out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And, you know, you've got to make the most of it.
It's funny you should say that, because with my Murcielago, when I first got it, I remember, now you've mentioned that milk thing, taking it out for a pint. I just literally told my girlfriend I was going to go and get a pint of milk. I think I was gone 2 hours. You know, because once you're in it,
the long way round.
You don't want to get out of it, you know. And
that's it, you get into it, don't you? You think, oh yeah, I'll go on that nice road and stuff.
And the Noble's the same, it's just got that, so once you're in it, it's just like being enveloped in something that you really enjoy driving.
And
you don't want to come back.
And it's just a bit different. You know, I get in it, and even 17 years later, it still does feel like a sense of occasion. You'll go to a petrol station, you'll just go to fill up, and then you'll have somebody come up to you and say, oh, don't see any of them around. They're a bit rare and stuff, and whatever. And you just get chatting, and people seem to be quite positive.
I totally agree with you, because I think that's one of the nicest things about owning a car like this, that it gives pleasure to a lot of other people. And I've had the same in the Mercy so many times, where you get kids who are wanting to sit in it, but it's just nice, isn't it?
Yeah, it's lovely. It wants to go, doesn't it? You can feel that lack of weight.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you know, there's not a lot of weight to move along.
Yeah. Wow. I like that. I really like that. What a noise,
isn't it? It's the noises. Yeah, anybody who goes in it, they're like, well, bloody, that sounds a bit different, doesn't it?
Oh, that little view out the back between the spoiler and the bodywork.
Yeah.
That's the notes. Oh yeah, I see why you're hooked on this.
I do, still enjoy it. 17 years later, still puts a smile on my face. Yeah, still good fun.
Cars are amazing when you find the right one.
Oh yeah.
They just do that for you.
Yeah, you still get enjoyment, don't you? That's the thing. Yeah.
I understand why people like them, because of, like, you know, you get a sense of freedom, and you can go somewhere, and you can have an adventure and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
But then when you can do it in something like this that just puts a stupid smile on your face.
Yeah, it's like your Ferrari or like Simon's Lamborghini. It just makes it a sense of occasion, doesn't it?
What's not to
That's
love.
the thing.
Totally.
You know, it makes you look forward to going on a journey. That's part of the occasion, getting there, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Whereas if you're in just a Fiesta or something, it'd just be like, well, it's forgetful, isn't it, the journey?
Yeah, no, 100% right.
Do you find most people actually know what it is, or do they come and ask you what it is?
I've had people say, is that a Lotus? I've had people say, is that a Ferrari?
Yeah.
I'm like, I wish it was worth as much as Ferrari, but, you know, I get all that sort of stuff.
And of course, I asked the main question, how many miles has it done?
It's done 129,000. Yeah, so only
that is some going.
Yeah, I had 16,000 on the clock when I bought it.
16,000 on the clock when you bought it. It's 127,000 now.
Yeah, so it's been properly used. It's, you know, no garage queen here.
What's the servicing like, talking of maintenance?
It's not too bad, sort of general basic routine servicing. I use a local guy to do that. Anything more serious, I use a guy at Mallory Park, DTB Motorsport, who knows Noble inside out. He's great, you know, and I trust him 100%.
People like that are just hard to find out there, you know.
Yeah, but actual basic servicing, oil filter change, it's 100 quid. You know, it's cheap. It is cheap because it's Ford engine. You've got no cam belt. It's chain driven engine as well.
Ah, right.
And stuff. So yeah, it's actually.
I didn't realise it was chain driven.
Yeah, chain driven. So you haven't got your 500-600 quid cam belt service every 4 or 5 years and stuff. You know, parts on it are cheap, like the wing mirrors there off Rover 25.
Right, is that right?
Yeah, light units off of a Mondeo.
Yeah.
All the switch gear inside is Ford. You know, I think the I'm sure I read something about even the ball joints are a Metro. Or so it's either a Metro or
something
Vauxhall
like
Opel
that.
or something. It's you know, that's why it was a 45 grand car new and not 70 grand car new.
Yeah, because it was pinching parts, which of course what Lotus always did with the Esprit.
Yeah,
I mean, my first car was a Lotus Esprit S1, like the one in the Bond film.
Yeah,
and I absolutely loved it. And again, it's similar because there was so many. You know, it took so many parts out the parts bin. Rover Vitesse lights at the back, and you know, it's a similar thing, isn't it? But it does keep the cost down. Yeah, exactly.
And stuff.
Yeah,
and whatever.
But yeah, no, that's great.
Yeah.
There you go, guys. Another episode of Drivers Keepers in the bag. Thank you so much for watching. Like if you liked it, subscribe if you wanna, and we'll see you on the next one. Thank you.
See you
later.